Hey, what's happening everyone? Journeyman here, and welcome back to We March On. This episode 19 of my save with Southampton. Today's episode, we take on Bate Borisov of the Belarusian Premier League, and also take on Burnley. Now, obviously, this video comes out, I believe we're going to try and get this out on Friday the 13th. And, so essentially, there's only 2 more weeks now to the beta of Football Manager 2018. So with that in mind, obviously, after that, I won't be doing the save anymore on the channel. So what I plan to do is try and get through as much as possible. With that in mind, obviously, we've just kicked off pretty much the second season in charge of Southampton. So it's highly unlikely that I'm going to be able to get through the entire season. But that is my goal within that 2-week period, to do at least the remainder of the season, see how we finish up, and hopefully we might win another trophy. But anyway, let's take a look at some of the fixtures the last time you joined us. First is the 1-0 win over Wolves in the League Cup. Goal from Lucas Romero, getting his first goal for the club. As you can see, I played a handful of youth players. Those players are signed during the summer. Noah Van Gool came in at left back and did a very solid job. Then we had Georgie Stancio, who actually wasn't fit, but he played really well. 16-year-old midfielder, definitely a very talented player for the future. Then we have, obviously, Kuki started, didn't do very well, I'll be honest with you. Then we have Paul Hopewell and Aaron Cooper leading the line. So we had some debuts out there today, which is very pleasing indeed. And they all played really well. And obviously, got away with a win, so that's even better. Then we followed up with our first defeat of the season. That was a 1-0 defeat against West Ham. Javier Hernandez, Chicharito doing what he does best, tapping in from 2 yards out after a mistake from a corner kick. Apart from that, though, we didn't really create many opportunities, which was disappointing. As you can see, very, very mundane performances. Decent display from Bruma and Dinswell at the back, but apart from that, honestly, it was very, very sloppy display. Alright, so going into today's game up against Bate and Borisov, who lost their first game to Porto, I believe it was 3-0, they did indeed. And they actually, because of the way I loaded up the save, unfortunately they have no real players. So I fancy our chances today, to say the very least. So let's go into the... oh, we've got information here. Apparently a consortium has plans to take over the football club. You see a spokesperson in a few weeks approaching owner Catherine Lieber with an offer. That's very interesting news indeed. Alright, so going into today's game, this is how we're going to line up against Bate. No real surprises to the first team squad. However, on the bench, you may see the return of Pierre-Emile Højbjerg. Obviously, he's missed majority of the start of the season due to an injury, but as you can see, this guy is extremely well-rounded midfielder. Excellent player indeed. Can play numerous positions. Just a very, very talented player to have, and a good option in case we get any injuries. Unrelated news, obviously Kuki is unregistered still for this game, so he's not available. Mayushida, although he's probably my third choice backup defender, he will not be on the bench today. I decided to go with Gomez just because I want to get him some first team reps. Doria also won't be in there. Charlie Austin is almost back from injury. We won't always say this every year as a Southampton supporter, but Charlie Austin's almost fit again. He's about 6 days to 2 weeks out from being fully fit, so it'd be good to get him back in the first team lineup, just to give us an extra option up top, just in case Bentelli and Benteke don't perform up to their usual standards. So no real surprise to the team at all. Let's go ahead and get to the task at hand. We are 1-4 on favourites in Bate, so obviously the media fancies us today. And honestly, I agree. I think this is a game that we should be winning, and should be winning pretty comfortably. There's an early chance now. Alexander's going to get forward here, cross the ball in. It goes out for a corner kick, so it's a really decent start to the game. 20 seconds in and we force a corner. Let's see if Ward-Prowse can find someone in the box. He whips it in near post, looking for Bruma. Can't find him, and the ball is cleared. Here's the one, scoops up loose ball, runs out of defenders, and he is fouled at the edge of the area. This sets up another set-piece opportunity. This time it's going to go to Denswell. Denswell's going to whip this in, look for Bruma. Can't find him, and the ball is cleared to Lawan. Lawan to Jeffrey Bruma, to Lamina. Lamina to Bruma, and the attack is over. Alright, here's Prowse again from the corner, whips it in, looks at Benteke. Ebesenko makes the clearance, only as far as Arnold though. Here's Denswell to Romeo, Romeo to Lawan, shoots and straight at the keeper. Decent effort there from Lawan, good turn. He's actually been very quiet the last couple of games, so disappointed with his performances. Hoping for a much improved one today. Here he is in the ball again, gives it away. Nope, he finds it back, winds it back, well played there, Lawan. Here's Dembele. Dembele at the edge of the area gets tackled, and the ball is clear. So far we've dominated the opening spells of this game. Here's Lawan again to Benteke, who scores 1-0. The goal was coming, definitely. We dominated the early proceeding, and not really surprised Benteke tucked it home there. Decent ball there from Luan as well. We talked about him a few seconds ago, saying how quiet he's been the last couple of games, but that was a very, very good through ball and a very good finish by Benteke. Let's take a look at this one again. Yep, Luan through ball. Benteke beat the offside trap and a comfortable finish into the back of the net. 1-0 to the Saints. Here's the corner kick. Ward-Prowse whips this in and finds Romeo at the edge of the area. He plays it back to Prowse. He's got a better position for this cross. Pulls it back to Romeo, and it flicks, I think, off a defender, and it goes in. So Romeo is credited with the goal, but pretty dubious. Nevertheless, it is 2-0. Good finish there from Romeo. Take a look at this. Prowse back again. Romeo with a header. Yeah, it comes off a defender. That wasn't going in unless it hit the defender. But Romeo is going to get credited with the goal, so 2-0 to Southampton. Here's Tishkov, hits it forward here for Sherbetko. Takes on target, Matty target as well there. Plays it Dembele, he's through on goal. Dembele shoots, good save there from the keeper. Decent opportunity for Dembele to make it 3-0. This could be absolutely a walloping if, honestly, if Bate don't improve, because right now we are absolutely all over them on all parts of the field. Another corner kick here. Prowse whips it in. Denzel heads it down to Dembele, and decent block from the defender, and it goes out for another corner kick. Here's Prowse again, standing over the ball. He's going to whip this in near post, looking for Bruma. Can't find him, and the ball is cleared. Alright, halftime has gone. No more goals or highlights to really speak about thus far. Just been absolutely all over them, really. I mean, they haven't had a single shot on goal, and it's been a very easy day at the office for Alex McCarthy. So I'm probably going to make some changes in the second half as long as we start as strong as we did in the first. Probably give the likes of Hopewell a run out, Højbjerg, and maybe Romero as well. Alright, 60 minutes on the clock. Bate have yet to have a shot on goal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off Ben Dembele, who's been poor today. Let's bring on Hopewell in his place. And let's also give Højbjerg a run out. Let's give Lamina a bit of a break in there. And let's also bring on Romero for this time Romeo. Alright, here's another highlight here. Ward-Prowse clicks it deep to Denswell. Denswell to Højbjerg. So back to Hopewell. Hopewell, great through ball to Luan, and he's missed. How did he miss from there? Good little ball there from the young striker, poor Hopewell, and Luan just couldn't finish it. Here's Romero to Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Luan. Back to Romero. He's got many options ahead of him. Finds Alexander-Arnold on the overlap, though. He crosses it in looking for Benteke. Can't find him. Here's Romero at the edge of the area, and that's a fantastic finish from Lucas Romero. That's a fantastic goal there. Second of the season for him after his first game in that League Cup game against Wolves. He's going to be knocking on the door for a starting job. He's played really well every time he's come onto the field, and that's a fantastic finish from outside the area. Alright, so about 1 minute out of on time here. Looks like we're going to see out this very, very comfortable victory. And then the other results, looks like Porto are drawing with Sampdoria, so that bodes well for us. Because if we get Sampdoria as comfortably as we did, Porto maybe aren't as tough a competition as I originally thought. But the full-time whistle has blown. It's a 3-0 win over Bate Borisov. Pretty much everyone did their job today. Good stuff indeed. Very professional performance for the guys. And so after that win, we have one more game in this episode. That'll be up against Burnley, and I'll see you guys in just a few moments with that game. Alright, so here we are up against Burnley today, away from home. Obviously, 4 days later, we're going to have some players that are struggling to play today, and one of those, Matthew Target, is going to be suspended, believe it or not, from that red card he received against West Ham. Also, I did get news that Geordie Classy is not going to be available for today's game either. He is out. He'll return to full training in about 2 days' time. So with that in mind, also Hopewell will not be on the bench. Kuki will take his spot. So left back. This is a bit of an issue now. We have Joe Gomez that can obviously play there naturally, but I am leaning towards maybe giving a full Premier League debut to Noel Van Gool. He played really well in that League Cup fixture, so you know what? We signed him for the future, but we're going to use him in the present. Take a look at today's opposition, Burnley. Burnley are currently 18th in the table. Let's take a quick look at see who's performing well for them so far this season. Ashley Barnes, the top scorer, with 6 goals in 9 appearances. Who else? They have Chris Wood, obviously was doing really well for them, 3 goals in 4 appearances. Charlie Taylor's doing pretty well when he comes on. Jeff Hendrick in the middle of the park is definitely doing well for them as well. They haven't looked like they haven't really improved that much since coming into the Premier League. Let's take a look at their transfers over the summer. They signed Ben Osborne from Nottingham Forest for £11.5 million. Looks a pretty solid young signing there. Then Jacob Murphy came in from Newcastle, pacey winger. Richie Dillett came in from Aston Villa, the experienced fullback. Then Regan Slater came in from Sheffield United, I believe, for a nominal fee. So again, no, it was okay. It looks like they did okay signings, not really that inspiring, but then at the same time, they haven't got much to work with as far as finances go, and if there was excess transfer budget, things like that. So they got to be a bit more creative at Burnley, and Sean Dyche is still there. He's doing a good job for them. So going into today's game, as I mentioned, some players will be looking a little tired out there. Alex Arnold, actually, I'm going to give him a break today. Torre is going to start in his spot. I'm not going to give Bruno a break just because I need him to partner again next to Van Gool, because Van Gool is going to make some mistakes. He's only 17 years old, but a young player, so inexperienced and quality centre-half next to him. Midfield, this is where I could change a little too. I'm actually going to start Højbjerg ahead of Ward-Prowse. Just some fresh legs in midfield, and instead of Luan, I'm actually going to play Steven Davis. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Steven Davis as the holding midfielder and put Højbjerg as the advanced playmaker. Even though he may not be rated as highly for my assistant manager to do the job, I'd rather have him in the hole than Steven Davis right now. So apart from that, no other real news to speak of. Let's go ahead and get into today's game. Obviously, we are now 4th in the table. We do have a game in hand, though. If we win today, we do climb back to the top of the table above Chelsea on goal difference. So I'm looking to make that happen. And against Burnley away from home, this is a fixture that I have deemed winnable. I mean, it doesn't really mean much if I deem it winnable. The players still have to go out there and do it for me. Alright, about 20 minutes in, not much happening thus far. No chances for either team. Here's Jack Cork, the former Southampton, Lloyds at 4. Bruno does well to bring the ball in the air. Here's Lamina. Lamina to Van Gool, making his Premier League debut today. Here's Lamina. He's found Dembele, and he scores. Of course he scores. Gets in there, Moussa Dembele. 11th goal of the season for him after a great through ball from Super Mario Lamina. Very good build-up play. Honestly, this is what we do best. We find these little pockets of space just outside the box, and from good forward runs, Dembele was there. He could have laid it across the Benteke for an easy tap-in, but it was a good finish from Moussa, and it's 1-0. Alright, here's Steven Davis to Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Lamina. Lamina to Torre. He gets the ball and pulls it back, and Dembele hits the crossbar. I'm not sure how he missed that, but that was a great opportunity to make it 2-0. And Romeo's still down on the ground up top there. Here's a chance for Burnley, and Burnley score on the counter-attack with Romeo injured on the far side of the field. Oh dear. That was a little bit unsurprising. They caught us napping on the break there. Romeo was still up the pitch, hurt, as you can see him on top of the screen there. And good finish from Sam Vokes, but disappointed to concede, especially when we had a player down, especially when we missed that opportunity from Dembele to make it 2-0. But here's Romeo, who's got damage here. He plays it to Dembele, who forces a good save out of Tom Heaton. And with that injury to Romeo, I've got to take him off here. Let's bring on Lucas Romero. He played well in midweek. Let's see him come on and do the same again. Van Gaal makes a mistake here, trying to clear the ball. Here's Gudmundsson, laying forward to Vokes. Vokes, they have players in numbers. It's Ashley Barnes to Jack Cork, who could have scored against his former club there. Decent ball to play. We're getting caught on the break here, which isn't good news. That's something we're usually pretty strong at defending. But today, we seem to be napping a little bit at the back. So player-wise, obviously Bruma is really tired of there, 73%. I'm going to take him off. I'm going to bring on Joe Gomez instead. That's the only changes I'll make for now. Again, this is a game I expect to win today, so I want to see a much improved performance in the second half. Alright, McCarthy's going to launch his ball. Look at Benteke, heads it down to Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Lamina. Lamina, the better looking to get beyond that last man. Lamini shoots and puts it over the bar. Disappointing that he took the shot on there. I'd rather him work the ball around, get the ball in the box before he does that. Here's Davis from the corner kick, whips it in, and Claymore and Tom Heaton. Obviously, they're very dangerous from the counter attack, but Heaton holds up the ball, so thank you for that, Tom. He launches it forward looking for Ashley Barnes. Here's Brady. Brady gets tackle ball from Denswell. Plays to Højbjerg. Højbjerg to Dembele, who's through on goal. Dembele gets past Heaton and shoots and scores 2-1 to Southampton. Moussa Dembele's second goal of the game. 12 for the season. Great finish there for Moussa Dembele. Honestly, when he got through there, he had Benteke. He could have squared it too, but he had only one thing in his mind, and that was to find the back of the net. Good finish there for Moussa Dembele, and we're back ahead in this game. Alright, time to make another change. I'm torn between taking on Benteke or Lamina. I do have options either way. You know what? I'm going to bring off Lamina, and I'm going to put Højbjerg back as a born midfielder, and James Ward-Prowse can play in the hole between the midfield and attack. Alright, McCarthy clears it to Van Gaal. Van Gaal to Romero. Romero to Højbjerg here. Great ball that is to Dembele. And Ward makes a mistake and Dembele capitalizes. It is 3-1 and Moussa Dembele gets his hat-trick. Moussa Dembele continues his awesome start to the season. Latching on to an error there from Stephen Ward. And that was just a good little finish there from Dembele, anticipating the mistake. And it's 3-1. Gomez into long headed Dembele. Dembele to Benteke. Benteke plays it back to Dembele, looking for his fourth of the game, and he finds it. Moussa Dembele gets 4 goals today, 14th of the season for him, and that pretty much puts the game now beyond absolute doubt. Alright, so Benteke here. Great little through ball to Dembele, just proving what a partnership they have. Definitely building that relationship, and it's going really well so far. 4 goals for Dembele today. Is Denswell on the ball, lays it square to Gomez. Gomez to Romero. Romero looking for Dembele, and he finds him. There's a chance to make it 5, and this time he can't hit the target. And it goes narrowly wide past the far post. I don't know what teams complain about this whole malarkey, playing midweek in Europe and then playing on the weekend again. I don't know what they're complaining about. This job's easy. So far, on every game that we've played after European tie, we've won. One's against Arsenal, and this one we're destroying Burnley away from home. So, yeah, I'm not sure what they're complaining about. This whole European malarkey, it's easy. Alright, so there it is. Full-time whistle has blown. It's ended with a 4-1 win over Burnley. Very comfortable stuff indeed. Obviously, at halftime, a 1-1. I did fear that we were going to lose today due to the tiredness of the players, but they responded very well in the second half. Man of the match, no doubt there. Moussa Dembele getting all 4 goals today. Assists for Højbjerg, Lamina and Benteke as well. If we look at those average ratings, Van Gaal did okay on his debut. He got a 7.2. He did okay today. A couple of little mistakes in there, but that was to be expected. Torre came in and did a really good job at right back, 8.1. Other good performances in midfield. Højbjerg came in, did a very solid job getting an assist. Lamina did well as well. Coming off the bench today, Lucas Romero once again impressed. Very, very solid talent. And Joe Gomez came on and played well too at 8.2. So very, very pleasing stuff all the way around. And obviously with that victory, we now return back to the top, the summit of the Premier League with goal difference of plus 14. We've only conceded 4 goals this season. That's one of the more pleasing aspects of the season. Not so many of the goals that we scored, but more to do with the goals we haven't conceded. Last year, we conceded far, far too many goals. And this year, we seem to be stepped it up a little bit. Not sure, it definitely isn't player personnel because we're missing some talented players at the back. So Fraser Forster, Mass, we're missing those 2. And those 2 are usually starters. So it's definitely not necessarily playing talent. The signing of Bruma was a really good signing for us. And Denzel has come in and really, really impressed me so far. But honestly, Van Dijk and Vida, they're much better defenders. So I'm not understanding why Bruma and Denswell are working better than those 2. Maybe it was Bertrand, maybe it was Cedric, I'm not quite sure. But either way, whatever's working, it's working, so we're going to keep up with it. Next episode, as I mentioned in the last one, we're going to do a quick one here. Man City and FC Porto will be in the next episode, which will go out on Sunday. And then after that, I'll have to make a decision because I do want to get through this season, and if I do it in the current way that I'm doing it, the format, we're not going to get through the season before FM18 comes out. So my goal is to make sure we finish the season before FM18 comes out, so I may have to adjust how I do these episodes. I'll think about it. Let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you are enjoying the series, remember to hit the like button. If you want to see more videos by me in the future, please hit subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next part. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.